A very good Sunday afternoon to you. Hope I find you well, and welcome to the Fixed Wing Guy channel with me, Stuart Lomas. Returning back to watches today, you'll be pleased to hear. I know my M-Theory video was watched by a few people, but hence only a few people, and I fully expected that, and unfortunately more of that tosh will be coming along in the future, but not today. What I want to talk about today, you hear people, people like us who are fascinated by and intent on buying the best watch that we can either afford or the best watch that we consider is out there at the time, whether it be a dress watch or a sporty watch or a dive watch or whatever it is. Now I wanted to put a question out there because it's kind of just become quite real to me that yeah, I hear a lot of people saying, oh yes, I wear this watch, and I've had such a lot of compliments about it. Now, I've been wearing watches for, I would guess, 48 of my 54 years. And in my adult life, I started work when I was 16, left school on a Friday, started work the following Monday, and worn a watch in what you would call a professional environment ever since. And in all those years, regardless of what watch I was wearing, I've never had anyone say to me, "Oh, it's a really nice watch. What is it?" And I'm wondering whether that's just me, or whether people who say, "Oh, I'm stopped such a lot and complimented about what I've got on my wrist," whether they are just kind of self-affirming that what they're wearing on the wrist is a quality timepiece or a good-looking timepiece. Has it actually never happened to them? Does it only happen if you happen to be in the company of other watch enthusiasts? Is that where it happens? It may well be the case that people look at your watch when you're shopping or when you're loading your bag or putting stuff in the back of your car or whatever, and to your consciousness it doesn't happen, but to them it may be a really important thing, but they haven't got the courage to say, "Excuse me, mate, what watch is it you're wearing?" I mean, I've got my Invicta two-tone diver on today. I love it to pieces, and as my video said when I reviewed it, from a distance I would wager it would be very, very hard, even for the trained eye, to know that this wasn't a two-tone bluesy Rolex. Now, I think it's a great looking watch, as is a two-tone bluesy Rolex. Now, you would think if it was a two-tone bluesy Rolex, then somebody over years would say, "Oh, that's a nice watch, mate. What is it? Can I have a look?" And I have to say, hand on heart, that's never happened to me. Now, is it that I don't wear anything of any note? Is that what it is? I mean, at the end of the day, I own all my pieces. I own this one. I own the one that looks like a Panerai that I love. I've got my Parnis Big Pilot. I've got my GMT Master 1. I've got my Omega Seamaster 300 Professional. But all the time I go out wearing a watch, which is every day. As I've said, I can't go out without two things all my life. One is my watch, and another one is a knife. I always carry this, don't know why, always do, and always wear something on here. And it's never happened. So, is it me? Is it that what I wear on my wrist isn't worthy of comment? Or is it that the people who say, "Oh goodness me, I've so many compliments about my watches," are they imagining it? Or are they just lying to make their credibility seem better? Or, as I said earlier, is it that the compliments they get are for or from people in their watch enthusiast community? Now, the reason I say this, it's not insecurity on my part. I don't tend to be an insecure person, but it just seems a very odd thing that even I mean, my partner has a preference. There are a couple of watches that I own that she loves. She doesn't particularly like my GMT Master. She doesn't particularly like that at all. She loves the bracelet on the Omega Seamaster Professional. She loves the bracelet, but she's not too gone on the watch particularly. You know, to her eye, a diver is a diver is a diver, and they both dive. Well, I appreciate the GMT Master isn't a diver, but you get the gist. They both got a bezel, dida. So anything with a bezel, she thinks is the same. She quite likes this. She quite likes this for a number of reasons. One, because it's actually quite a nice looking watch, and two, she bought it, so she quite likes it. But her favourite watch out of all my watches is my Panerai lookalike, my Marina Militaire Fiddy, which is another version of what Matt Stevens used to own, which was his Gatat Marina Militaire. So I don't even get kind of comments from her. Occasionally I will, but I'll get comments because I've bothered to dress nice, and I've brushed my hair and I smell nice, and you know, and she says, oh, that watch goes nice with what you're wearing. That is the only thing I get. I will never, or have never got a comment from anybody else. I find that strange if it is true that other people, and it appears a lot of people say on YouTube and you know, when I've seen people talking watches, oh yeah, I got loads of compliments on my watch. You know, I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this. You know, I feel I have at least 3 watches worthy of comment, if comment was of interest to me. I just find that all the people saying I get lots of comments quite interesting when it's never actually happened to me, and I've spent most of my life dealing with business people and the public, so I've met lots and lots of people. Maybe initially I don't get a comment because, like most people, I'm right-handed, so I will shake with my right hand. Maybe if I was left-handed, I would shake with my left hand and people would see my watch, possibly, you know. It's like going off subject slightly there. That's quite an interesting one. More prevalent, I think, in the US. Lots of people wear the watch on the right hand rather than the left hand, whereas here in Britain, mostly, we wear it on our left. And I'm only assuming that's part tradition because most people are right-handed. So you can be doing stuff with your right hand while checking the time on your left hand, as it were. I'd be interested to know, anybody in the US, Brett, for instance, tell me why it is that a lot of people in America wear it on the right hand. Is there a specific reason to that, or is it you just do it to be different to what we do this side of the pond? Quite an interesting one, that. So anyway, a bit of a ramble, this one. I appreciate it's a bit of a ramble, but it's something that came. I watched a couple of people having a conversation on YouTube. It was on Hodinkee, I think, and the guy was saying, oh, you know, I'm wearing my favourite watch. This gets so many comments, and I can only assume, it being Hodinkee, that the comments he is getting are from what other watch enthusiasts. So my question is to you, does it happen in real life? Has it happened to you? How often does it happen to you? And where does it happen to you? If you're part of a watch collectors club, then of course it's more likely to. But does it happen to you when you're shopping in the supermarket? Or is my collection so rubbish that there's nobody out there who's even bothered to mention that I might have a Rolex GMT Master 1 on my wrist, or my Seamaster 300 Professional? Is that what it is? Anyway, enough. I've got more stuff to talk about. I'll move along to that. I've watched Simon Crane's video this morning about his worry about what watch to buy. If you've not seen his video, he's in a little bit of a turmoil, is old Simon. Give his video a view. I have fallen in the camp of a recommendation that I made for him a couple of months, about a month back I think, where he should go for the Tudor Heritage Advisor. I think that watch ticks a number of boxes for Simon, but he's not even mentioning that, although he did say that he wouldn't be surprised if he did go down the line of actually ending up buying a watch that he'd never even mentioned. So anyway, there you go, that's it for this one. No doubt a lot of you are delighted I've moved away from the cosmology rubbish. I mean, I would have thought you'd have watched the first 30 seconds of my last video then turned off. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed over the last week. I'm sorry I've not mentioned that I've got some more subscribers, but life's been a little bit hectic this end. I am going now to do a little bit of cooking. My son and heir is coming for tea, so we're going to have something to eat, a movie, popcorn, that kind of thing. Men's stuff, you know how it is, don't you? So that's it for this one. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Comments below as always. Drop me an email if you want to, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.